Hello, everybody. It is I. Just wanted to see something, trying out a new game, recommended to me by some friends. Let's do this. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Well, that was fancy. So, friends of mine have been playing this game for a while, and they recommended I check it out. I thought, well, you know what, I'll check it out. I like games, and I enjoy MMOs, and I do not play as often as I would like to, I think, because I get to a point where I'm the only person I know playing, and not play as often. And I don't like that. We're going to start with a little bit of a cutscene, it looks like. So that's going to be nice. I've heard amazing things about this game's cutscenes, so I'm really interested in how this is going to work.
Here. Here. Feel.
That seems different.
Hear, feel, think.
I've heard the story in this game is fantastic. So, well, don't I look fancy? I have no idea what just happened. It looked good, though. Now, as I was saying, I've heard the story of this game is fantastic. And, you know, if you've followed my channel for any amount of time at all, you know that I love a good story. So if this game can give me one of those, I may have my new MMO here. Let's see. Oi! Hello! Welcome to the channel. You alright, lad? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. I don't know why he's Scottish. He just feels it. You're going to start a conversation with oi? You're Scottish. Hey, Fog. Hey, it's good to see you back again, man. I heard you hurt your eye and weren't able to play for a while, so it's nice to see you back on the internet again. That'll be the Aether, I reckon. Some are more prone to the sickness than others. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Oh, Nice. This is my free trial. They did a 14-day free trial, so I thought I'll get into this. I've never played. I have some friends who play and really enjoy it. So, feeling better, Koopa? Ah, you can see us. I had a feeling you could, Koopa. We're Muggles, and we live in the woods. Normal folk can't see or hear us, which makes you special, Koopa. I hope I'm pronouncing these words right. And seeing as how you're special, maybe you can tell us something. The woods have been restless of late, lots of strange things happening. Have you chanced to witness anything suspicious, Koopa? That is a wild, drunken Moogle. But of course you haven't. You've only just arrived. Well, there's nothing for it then. We'll just have to keep looking. Nice to meet you, Koopa. Does he think my name's Koopa, or is that just how they punctuate sentences? As we can tell, I'm not super familiar with Final Fantasy. Yeah, go ahead. Tell invisible monsters to eat it. Grandy is still a fair way off, in case you're wondering. Seeing as you're awake, how about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't care much for conversation, see. I think I went to Irish. Vermont's the name and peddling's me trade. As for the good self-judging by the usual garments, I'd see you're one of them new adventurers. I'm a warm. I knew it, going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business these days, especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Let's see. Power, glory, fortune. I notice a distinct lack of fun. I believe in the Smokey and the Bandit preface. For the glory, for the money, for the fun. We've got the glory and money. No fun, though. Oh, let's go with glory. I want to be famous. I want to be like Kardashian famous. Glory, eh? Well, you're willing to take on them tasks that other folks ain't. An adventurer such as yourself can win fame with what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. Oh, those are chichiboos. You can find out everything you need to know about the adventuring business in there. Hey, let's go do it. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit being dead, and that's a fact. You know, I know all MMOs talk that way, but let's be really honest, ain't one of these that has never had permadeath that I know of. Halt! Go no further. What's this then? Ah! Do I get to fight somebody? What's going on? A skirmish has broken out up ahead in the Zol with the Igzol. For your own safety, you must remain here until. I'm gonna assume the lizard guys are the Igzol. Bloody hells! We shall hold them here. Try to break clear. You know, like I'm an adventurer. Like you'd think I'd help. Wow, that's exciting! Thank God I didn't have to start that fight. Whew. That was bleeding close. Nice of the Ixal to send us a welcoming party, though, eh? Joking aside, this won't be the last time you meet those feathered fiends. So, just you take care, alright? By the by, is this your first trip to Grindania? I'm gonna say yes, because I've never been here before. It is! Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Ooh. An itinerant? Neat. The city of Grindia lies slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud, the biggest, lushest forest in all of Erosia. Though it ain't near the... Why can't these places have names like Denver, Chicago, Lima? Though it ain't near us as lush as it used to be. Saying that, not since the Calamity laid half of it to waste. I swear, if I ever build my own fantasy world, it's going to have places like, Welcome to the Kingdom of Detroit. Fantasy medieval dragons and stuff. Detroit. The destruction prompted the herd of nasties to move in and gave the Ixal unneeded encouragement. Birdman raids have become a daily occurrence. You don't think there'd be dragons in Detroit? They have Robocops. Why wouldn't they have dragons? Ah, at long last. Behold Grandia, the forest nation blessed by the elementals. I mean, Dayton
The
has
Black
dragons,
Shroud,
I'm just saying.
the ancient forest, close to the heart of Eorzea.
Eorzea.
Beneath the boughs of its towering trees lies the woodland city-state of Gridania.
It looks pretty. They got a water wheel.
Once a sanctuary from the world
They have another
beyond
water
the
wheel.
hedge, even the mighty elementals, eternal guardians of the forest, could not forestall the coming of the seventh umbral era. However, the goddess Nofika was never one to forsake her children, and today she welcomes another brave soul. One who may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm.
So I should look for crafting then. That sounds like cool. And incidentally, according to Shadowrun, Seattle and Detroit both have dragons. And here's where we part ways, son. I'm off to market delivering me wares, then it's back to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for keeping me company. I've never had anybody pay me for just talking to him before. I feel a little dirty. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. Okay.
May the matron take him to her bosom, that he may never want. And
Some
in
of
his
that
heart,
fancy Final Fantasy
so
music.
serenity, purity, and sanctity.
That was a long time to get to the opening credits. Been playing for like almost a half an hour. Those are the TV series Alias level opening credits. Ooh, I recognize that hat and robes from so many other things. Right now they're doing 14-day free trials for people to jump in and try it again. You might want to kick in and see what it's like. That's why I just decided, hey, I'm gonna go give it a test run. You there? Yes, you. Your face is not known to me. Newly come to the city, no doubt. I am Bert Tennant, a wood whaler of Gridania. My duty to protect our nation from enemies while welcoming those who may yet prove friends. Let us see what you are. Oh, I hope I'm a friend. I mean, I've entered your wall, and there's a whole lot of other guys dressed like you with bows, and it would probably be a good idea not to be a buddy. Welcome to Gridania, a vibrant forest nation cradled in the bosom of nature. Please select a control scheme you wish to use. Mouse and keyboard. Yes, I know how mouse and keyboard works. When you are ready, proceed to Bertinant. No, I don't want to pull up anything there. I do want to, and I'd be willing to bet you money I'm going to have to fix this. Key bindings. Okay. That's fine. Excellent. I have what I want. Now I'm thinking, yes. I get to go talk to this guy. I have to go right-click on this guy. Once you've initiated a quest, a prompt will appear detailing the objective. Yes, I've played MMOs before, thank you. To be recognized an adventurer in the city-state of Gridania, you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Hooray! Let's go find the Adventurers Guild. Another green adventurer, I presume. Well, I'm wearing mostly black and white, but yeah, let's go with green, sure. Not as much cannot allow strangers to wander Gridania unchecked and untested. Oh, we're gonna get all fancy about it. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself known to Caroline Canopy. At the Carline Canopy. That's the headquarters of the local Adventure Guild, in case you were wondering. Caroline Canopy is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother. Name that needs a pronunciation guide within, and she will take you in hand. We're going to call her Mother Mayne. I have begun a quest. Use the duty list to help you complete your task. Objective will appear. Yep. Honor it. Okay, I'm going to take a moment to just say this. This is a very, very pretty world. Look at the trees, man. Oh, wow. This is like the flags and everything. Like, there is a certain aesthetic to Final Fantasy games. And this certainly nails it. I would expect them to, but not everybody always gets it right. And they have actually, like, I could see, like, the tarps and a little flashing and flare on the graphics, but nothing any big. Wow, that was almost a sentence, but not anything major. Lovely windows. Ooh, glass dome. So you complete a quest by right-clicking. Yes, thank you, sir. Waited. Okay, I'm actually going to keep these up because eventually they'll tell me something specific to this game that'll be useful. I assume. Why, hello there. Well, what have we here? A wide-eyed and wondering young adventurer, come to put your name down at the guild, I assume. Welcome. Mayne is my name. Mother Mayne, as most call me. And that Caroline and the Carline Canopy Wow, I'm going to have so much fun pronouncing these words. Is my place. As the head of the Adventurers Guild in Gridania, I have the honor of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambition, the Guild is here to help you attain them. In return, we expect you to fill your duties as an adventurer by assisting the people of Gridania. A fine deal, wouldn't you agree? Sure. I assume I'm going to get paid for this. To an outsider's eye, all may seem well with our nation, but naught could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The Ixtal and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble. Trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Garleran Empire to the north. And that's to say nothing of the Calamity. Even now the wounds have barely begun to heal. But I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me! 5 years past, Rosa was well nigh laid to waste, when the dread worm emerged from within the lesser moon, Dalamund, and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which the people call the Calamity. Scarcely a square mile of the 12 woods was spared the devastation, yet, despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how it all happened. I am well aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider. It is improbable, but it is also true for reasons we can ill explain. The facts surrounding the Calamity are shrouded in mystery. There are as many versions of events as there are people willing to recount them. Yet, amidst the hazy recollections of conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing: that Erosa was saved from certain doom by a band of valiant adventurers. Whatever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm, and yet, whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. So sad. And whenever we try to call their faces to mind, we see naught but the silhouettes amidst the blinding glare. Somebody used a summon. Thus, these adventurers have come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Pray, do not feel daunted by the deeds of legend. We do not ask that you become another Warrior of Light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left then is to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill. Scrawl your name right there. Oh, and I would appreciate it if you used your real name. There's a special place in the 7th Hell for all those who use amusing aliases. Xavier Woodwalker, And you're quite sure that isn't an amusing alias? Sure, let's go with it, really. Very well. From this moment forward, you're a registered adventurer of Gridania, nation blessed of the elementals and bounty of the 12's wood. The guild expects great things from you. Look at what just arrived, another God's damned adventurer. Don't you start with that. Adventurers are by the very salve that Gridania needs. The elder seed seer herself bade us welcome with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? Oh, sorry. Of course not. Lest you forget, it is my sworn duty to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves? I just got here, man. You adventurer, Mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm and into the 7th hell. You and what army? I mean, aside from those 2 guys with you. All 3 of you are probably higher level than I am, so I'm actually not going to say that out loud. Pay the outburst no mind. He meant only to console you. Suspicious characters have been prowling the 12's wood of late, you see, and the wood whalers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gradanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know, your good self included. Fear not, however. Given a catalogue of exemplary deeds and no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you. Woohoo! On behalf of my fellow citizens, I welcome you to Gradania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now, I shall go. Oh, now then, you may depend on Mother Mayne to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know. Welcome to Cutscene the Game. Hey, I got experience and money. So we're going to play the epic Quest Completed music. Take another step as an adventurer in the city of Gradania. Listen to the words, the wisdom of Mother Mayne, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Oh, and she's got a quest for me. Fridays of the Caroline Canopy wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Let's do it! Let's begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you are a formal member of the Adventurers Guild, we must be sure that you have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Sorry, I wasn't doing her voice. Your first task is to visit the Aetheorite. A massive crystal stands in the middle of the Aetheorite Plaza, not far from the Caroline Canopy. As a device that enables instantaneous transportation, the Aetheorite plays a key role in life of the ever-wandering adventurer. Once you've located the crystal, all you need to do is touch its surface. A member of the Wood Whalers will be present to offer further instruction. For your second task, you are to visit the Archers Guild. There's no better place to learn the arts of the bow. Speak to Atheliana, and she will explain the benefits of joining the guild. For your third and final task, I would have you visit the market at the heart of Old Gradania's commercial district. There you shall find weapons and armor and all the various terms that an adventurer might need for his travel. There are, however, more to the markets than buying and selling goods. Speak with Parsimon Tret and listen well to his counsel. The master merchant can be uncooperative at times, to be sure, so offer him one of my famous eel pies. Like so many men, he is much more charitable when his stomach is full. Here, I made a batch not long ago. I feel my entire gender has just been slandered, but because there's free pie involved, I'm going to let it slide. You have your task, Xavier. May Norfolka guide your path. And one more thing. Should you happen to come across any citizen in need, don't be afraid to proffer a helping hand. I'm certain they will be pleased to meet an adventurer in whom they can confide their woes. Granted, the work they offer is unlikely to be of realm-shattering importance, but prove your worth and build your reputation, and in time folk will be more inclined to trust you with matters of the moment. I also suggest that you lend an ear to the smith here in the Canopy. The smiths are trusted representatives of the Adventurers Guild and are an invaluable source of advice for neophyte heroes seeking to attain greatness. Oh wow! Gold spammers. Figured they had to be around here somewhere. Migrants, quick easy exits. Crescent moon will appear to the right of your experience bar whenever you're in sanctuary. It's this thing. Let's map. Let's see. Main quests have a flashy fire icon. Alright. So we're going to pull up the map here. So I'm going to go... Adventurers eager to prove their mettle. I am eager to prove my mettle. Welcome to Gridania. Are you in search of fame and fortune, perhaps? If you have confidence in your abilities, I urge you to speak with Chancellorhoop of the God's Quiver. You can find him standing vigil by the Archers Guild. The creatures of the 12th Wood have been behaving most unnaturally of late, and it's fallen to the God's Quiver to pacify them. Alas, they are sorely undermanned. For this reason, they seek able adventurers to supplement their ranks. I am certain that your offer of aid would be well received. Woohoo! Okay, so this is that aether crystal thing I gotta come up here and tag it onto and fiddle with. I have a tune head to myself. Ooh. I see it. Greetings, adventurer. I see you are faithfully following Mother Mion's instructions. Allow me to offer you a bit of instruction myself. I am Nissia of the Wood Whalers, and I know a thing or two about the aetherite. Yes, the big crystal right there. Aetherites are devices that tap into the ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means of travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the aetherite and the connection to the flow aether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Ezoria or Erosa, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Truly, few things in the world are so useful to an intrepid explorer. But you need not locate them all at once before rushing out into the wilds. I suggest you start with the aetherites found here in Gridania. Should you wish to learn more about the aetherite or transportation magic, I am here to answer your questions. It's adorable. Ooh, I learned a thing. I learned the return spell. Alright, so I can instantly return back here. Turn around and head this way. I'm gonna head over here. Oh, that was not what I intended to do at all. I don't think. Yeah, that was a mistake. I was blinded by shiny blue lights. I had to cross. It was like a finish line. I'm gonna win! Except not really. So we get this guy. Bernadette sent you to me? Huh. Well, inexperienced or not, if you wish to prove your worth to the people of Gridania, you are right to come. You do wish to prove yourself, do you not? I do. Teach me! Okay. God's Quiver is testing adventures by sending him to slay forest fungars. Ordinarily, forest fungars that inhabit the central shroud are not more than a nuisance. However, we have received reports that vast clouds of the creature's spores have rendered part of the 12 woods impassable and ruined crops besides. We periodically kill the fungar population in order to prevent such occurrences, but the creatures have taken a spawning out of season, making it even more difficult to keep their numbers in check. Though this is indeed troubling development, the God's Quiver has more pressing concerns and can ill afford to waste time fighting fungars. If you wish to prove yourself, go to the central shroud and exterminate 6 of the pests. Use caution and approach them one at a time, lest your adventuring career be cut disappointingly short. The Archers Guild wishes you to deliver a sealed message to the market. Hail, adventurer! Might you have a moment? I am in need of a trusty soul to deliver a missive to Parnell. You can find her at the shaded bower in the midst of the market. Why would I not simply go speak with her myself? Well, as I'm sure you have observed, Gridanias have a tendency to be rather in person, they can be, well, a little on the prickly side. This matter is not urgent. Simply hand over the missive, and the next time you find yourself in the market, please, as a favor from one adventurer to another. As is been tricked into serving somebody with papers, haven't I? Greetings, friend. You have found your way to the Archers Guild. Do you seek to uncover the secrets of our arts? Ah, now that I think on it, you have the look of one who received Mother Mune's gentle instruction. Very well, I shall give you a brief introduction to archery in the Adventurers Guild. The skills practiced by our archers allow them to gauge an enemy's weakness from afar and turn the tide of battle with a single well-placed arrow. Should you join us, you will be taught to do the same. Archery, as practiced in Gridania, has born of 2 distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elzen, who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belongs to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Mokite. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call the Twelveswood home. Though the two peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another, their 2 schools of archery intermingling to give birth to an art as is known today. For a time, the bow was used primarily for hunting, but as hunters vied with one another to prove who was the better shot, they emerged a group of archers whose ultimate goal lay not in practical pursuit of prey, but in perfection. Thus, the Archers Guild bore the ranks of the Trappers League. It is the way of the guilds to promote greatness in archery, though friendly competition, and as a result of our methods, can be seen in the vaunted archers of the God's Quiver, many of whom spent their formative years loosing arrows at the guild's practice butts. I hope to give you the better idea who we are and what we are doing here. Oh ho! Did I see the spark of ambition flare within your eyes? I see you wish to draw a string with the finest archers of Eorzea. Look no further than the Archers Guild. Before you can enlist, however, you must gain the approval of the Guild Master. Once you are ready to proceed, speak with me again, and we can begin seeing about your enrollment. Alright. Does that mean I have to come in here and talk to this guy now? Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught you wish to know? Okay, we're just gonna go with nothing for now. So you resolved to join the Archers Guild? I do. The look in your eyes speaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Lucienne. Lest you worry unduly, Lucienne is affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given fair hearing. Lucienne awaits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. Dun dun dun. Greetings, adventure! I am told that you wish to join our ranks. I am Lucian, the master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who wish to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms and other disciples of war, it allows you to strike at the enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast the destructive force of a sword or spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for the shortcomings. An experienced archer can immobilize an enemy by striking a leg or sap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is paramount importance, as our role in the battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness with the requisite placement of timing, but a single arrow may serve the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye within its member, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities swiftly and surely. Now, any half-wit can bend a bow, but it's not a simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must prepare yourself for your long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete that journey? You bet. Very well. Now, before proceeding any further, I must gauge your innate aptitude in archery. To this end, I hereby assign you the following trial. Slay 3 squirrels, ladybugs, and fungars that roam just beyond the city gates. 3 of each would suffice. In so doing, you will prove your fitness to join the Archers Guild. Report back to me when the task is accomplished. I doubt you are of trouble you unduly. Alright. Picking up lots of quests. Doesn't seem to be anything else left for me to do here. That door doesn't open. So we have a lot of stuff going on here. I am going to pause here. I've got a stream. My regular scheduled stream is going to be on in a couple hours, and I need to get some stuff done before I do that. But I think we're off to a good start. The game seems interesting. I'm enjoying the running and so forth. The story seems quite fascinating. There's a bunch of eggs here on the ground. Why are the eggs on the ground? Must do something with upcoming holidays. Could mean anything, quite frankly. But there you are. So, thank you folks for joining me. I'll see you all next time. And as I said, I'll see you next time. I'd love to hear your opinion of the game, or any advice you can give me on something that's coming up. So, any comments below would be great. And if you can, please like and subscribe. You guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.